What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Vivid Racing YouTube channel. I am Dan, and today I'm going to take you on a journey in one of the most iconic cars ever, and that is the Mercedes CLK63 Black Series. So let's get into the Mercedes history here at Vivid Racing. We've been doing Mercedes builds for a long time. Back in 2009, we did one of our very first Mercedes project cars, and that was the Mercedes C63. That also featured the 6.3 liter V8 engine. And we did a video, you might have watched it a time or two, and we were drifting around neighborhoods. Video garnered like 1 million views within the first 6 months. In fact, in 2011, we had the CLS63, and that's the first time they came out with the 4.0 liter V8 twin turbo engine from the previous supercharged engine. Shortly after that, we started to expand into many different of the Mercedes platforms with our VR Tune brand, and that includes cars like the AMG GT. That includes the G63, where we built a lift kit for that car. And then even most recently, we did the CLA 45. And the CLA 45 was probably one of the coolest cars that I've ever had. That's a 2.0 liter turbo all-wheel drive, and that reminded me like owning the Evo 8 back in 2003. In fact, Matt Farah took our CLA on some back roads in Los Angeles and did a whole review on the car.
So for those of you unfamiliar with the CLA 45, basically what happened is in the mid-2000s, Mercedes was building $400,000 cars.
But then we soon after did a whole wide body and some other stuff, and then sold that car off. But it's been a minute since we've had a Mercedes. The story goes that I purchased a Mercedes CLK63 Black Series back in 2019. This was a 1 of 10 Mars Red Black Series. Now, there's only 500 of these cars ever made, and 394-ish made it to the US. Who knows how many are actually still driving? Some were turned into race cars, some were total loss. I'd expect there's maybe 250 of these cars left. Now, when I got this red CLK Black Series, I really wasn't in tune to the fact that this was so limited as I am now. In fact, some of my friends like to tell me I'm a complete idiot for selling it. But that's that. So got the CLK63, had it here at the shop, COVID hit, didn't have room to park it anywhere. And what ended up happening is I was moving the car in and out every single day. So I decided, let's sell it. Well, I bought the car for $72,000, listed it on Bring a Trailer, and the car brought home $95,000. Fun fact, that Mars Red CLK63 now is probably worth over $150,000. So let's fast forward to today. About a year ago, I sold my Porsche 992 GT3 and I had the money to burn. Well, I wanted to get another CLK63 Black Series, so I went on the hunt. Finding another Mars Red one, virtually impossible. There might have been one I think I saw that was in UAE, but nothing else available. Looking around, I found this white CLK63 that was in Spain. Now, I had just imported a year before my Ford Escort Cosworth from Spain, so I had a connection over there. I thought, you know what? This will be something I could do. This is an awesome car. Let me think about this. The car had some European-only upgrades on it. That included the carbon fiber door cards. It had the carbon fiber GT wing, and it had a special carbon fiber front lip. The coolest part about this Mercedes CLK63 was that it was made in 2007, and it was made specifically for the CEO of the AMG division. Now, these CLK Black Series were only produced in 2008, so this was a kind of a pre-production model specific to the European market. However, the car had about 90,000 kilometers on it, which puts it somewhere in about the 60,000 mile range. And at a price tag of 130 grand, plus needed to ship it here, plus customs, everything, it was just too much money. But that car stuck with me because I loved how that whole package looked on it. So time goes on, I find myself a beautiful silver CLK63 Black Series located at a dealership in Nashville, pulled the trigger, get the car here. Now, when this car came out in 2008, the aftermarket enthusiast went crazy. The C63 had been out with that same engine, and the power you could get out of it was amazing. So companies like EvoSport, that's no longer around, you had Rentec, you had Weisstech, they were building everything from suspensions, superchargers, exhaust systems, pulleys, of course, tuning, and aero upgrades. Some companies in Japan even did a wide body kit on top of the wide body kit. As soon as I got my silver car here, I started to look for the carbon fiber front lip, because the car comes stock with a carbon fiber rear diffuser, a carbon fiber trunk spoiler, as well as the carbon fiber vents in the front bumper. There wasn't anybody that made a carbon fiber front lip. You could find the Rentec front lip still on their website, but it wasn't made anymore as it's been discontinued. But I wanted to keep this car extremely stock. I just wanted to add that carbon fiber front spoiler. I keep going back to that white CLK63. How that thing accentuated the very wide DTM fenders and how that thing looked just brought me back to the early 2000s watching DTM races on Speed Vision. And I really wanted to replicate that. I got out the 3D scanner and I said, let me give this a shot. Sprayed that front bumper with the white coating and I scanned that front bumper as best as I could. Sent that over to our factory and I said, I want to design a spoiler like this. So sure enough, they sent me back a couple drawings back and forth, decided to make some changes. Here's how it fits, et cetera, et cetera. And then I patiently waited. A couple months later, the first prototype was shipped to me and I was able to test fit that on the CLK. First shot, fit perfect, and the look was beautiful. So at the end of the day is I got this carbon fiber lip on. I took the car on a rally, drove it 130 miles an hour, 2,000 miles, and this thing held up to everything I put it through. And the best part about it is just it looks like it belongs on the car from the factory. So now, after all the stuff that I went through to get this front lip made, I made more. So now I've got front lips available for the Mercedes CLK63. So if one of you 300 people left in the world that still has a Black Series, hit me up. I've got carbon fiber lip spoilers. But for everyone else, check out all the other cool VR Aero products we have on the website for Porsche, BMW, Audi, Nissan, and so much more. Hope you guys enjoyed that little history lesson into our background in Mercedes, as well as this new front lip that I made. And if you have any questions, make sure and leave a comment. Appreciate you watching. We'll see you at the next one.